Hello everyone, this video goes through the story of Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. On Peter Quill's 13th birthday, his mother Meredith gives him the elemental guns, rare spot-hoist weapons left behind by his father. The same day, Chitauri warriors attack Quill's household, kidnapping Peter and killing Meredith. Many years later, Peter becomes a mercenary named Star-Lord and leads the Guardians of the Galaxy. In order to make money, the Guardians head into the Forbidden Quarantine Zone established by Nova Corps to store debris from the war, so they can capture rare monster for their patron, Lady Hellbender. However, they are forced to flee the quarantine zone when Peter picks up Yellow Gem he finds and accidentally releases an unidentified alien entity. The Guardians flee, but are intercepted by the Nova Corps patrol ship Hellas Hope, captained by Centurion Kal-El, Peter's former lover. Kal-El detains the Guardians alongside Grand Unifier, Breaker of the Universal Church of Truth, who was also caught trespassing in the quarantine zone to search for his church's golden god. While being possessed, Peter also meets a young Nova Corps cadet named Nikki Gold, who happens to be Kal-El's daughter, leading Peter to suspect that he might be Nikki's father. Kal-El agrees to give the Guardians 3 cycles to pay their hefty fine. Being completely broke, the Guardians decide to scam Lady Hellbender by setting one of their own as the captured monster. The plan goes awry, however, and the Guardians are forced to flee, though not before obtaining the money necessary to cover their fine. Enraged, Lady Hellbender swears revenge and hires Lethal Legion to pursue them. The Guardians then travel to the Rock, a Nova Corps outpost where Hellas Hope is docked, but find that several Nova Corps officers stationed there claim that the Master Spread Promise have mutinied. The Hellas Hope leaves the station, and the Guardians decide to flee to nowhere, where Quill plans to ask Cosmo the space dock for help. Cosmo arrests the Guardians after getting into the fight with the Blood Brothers, but Peter makes a deal with Cosmo to investigate Hellas Hope, which is now transmitting a mysterious signal if Cosmo agrees to get the charges against them dropped. The Guardians board Hellas Hope, and found a massive cannon siphoning phase energy from the planet below. They are then captured by Raker, who takes them to meet matriarch of his church. To Peter's horror, the matriarch is Nikki. Nikki is in possession of the yellow gem, which allows her to brainwash thousands of alien followers with the promise, trapping them in illusions crafted from their deepest desire, and harnessing their devotion as phase energy to power the church's fleet of ships and machines. Nikki tries to tempt the Guardians with the promise, but they each manage to resist and break free before escaping the church. Although Drax is still shaken by what he witnessed in his promise, and Peter learns that Korea was killed by a mysterious entity he previously released. The Guardians are attacked by a fleet of lethal Legion warships, but manage to defeat them. They attempt to enlist the help of Xanarian World Mind, but it concludes that the Church's victory is inevitable, and flees the galaxy with the remaining Nova Corps. Drax then succumbs to the promise, and imprisons the team until they are freed by Peter's friend, Mantis. Led by Mantis, the Guardians encounter Adam Warlock, the Church's original Golden God, who faked his death and went into hiding on Mantis' planet. With help from Warlock, the Guardians enter Drax's mind, where he sees his desire to reunite with his beloved wife and daughter. Then the team and Warlock force him to accept a promise and not real. Warlock then reveals that alien entity controlling Nikki is in fact his dark side, Mangers, whom he sealed in the Yellow Gem, the Soul Stone, to keep contained. Mangers is manipulating Raker and the Church to gather phase energy on which he can feed. When the Guardians and Warlock confront Raker together, they are defeated with Warlock abducted. With no other options, the Guardians turn to Lady Hellbender for help. To make apology for their previous doing, they subdue the legendary monster Fin Fan Fu. Then the Guardians give the monster to Lady Hellbender, as this is what she wants most. Lady Hellbender agrees to aid in an assault on the Church's flagship, the Sacrosanct. During the assault, Raker traps the Guardians in an energy field, but Peter is able to enter Nikki's promise. With the help of Corey's spirit, who reveals Nikki is an adopted war orphan and not Peter's daughter, Peter convinces Nikki to accept Corey's death, freeing her from her promise and Magus' control, while also unlocking her hidden powers. The Guardians kill Raker, while Warlock absorbs Magus back into his body, ending the threat of the Church. As the galaxy celebrates being freed from the Church's brainwashing, the Guardians take their leave, with Nikki becoming their newest member. However, on a returning trip, Magus proved to be too much for Warlock to contain, and takes over his body. Helped by his teammates, Peter risks his own life by physically wielding a Seal Stone to imprison Magus once again.